Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Tamika Thompson and I am the owner and resume writer at Thompson Resume Writing Company. And for this video, I am going to be giving you some secret tips on how you can avoid lifestyle creep as you progress and as you evolve in your career. So if you're not familiar with what lifestyle creep is, it's basically when as you earn more, you start to spend more. So we've seen it time and time again where people will get six-figure jobs or their very first seven-figure job, or they start earning more money and all of a sudden all of their expenses go up and their spending goes up as they're making more money, which can really eat away at the salary increases that you're obtaining and eat away at bonuses and extra money that you are making. Now, there is nothing wrong with treating yourself and spoiling yourself more as you start to make more money. You may even find that your spending habits start to change, but there is a way to keep it contained so that you are able to enjoy and save and invest and keep more of the money that you are making. And I'm going to be going over the top 6 tips that have helped me avoid lifestyle creep, even as I start to become nearly a multi-six-figure earner. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 1 on this list, and this may be really hard for some people to do, is to not make drastic lifestyle changes the first time or as soon as your salary starts to increase. And I see this all the time where people will get, that very first six-figure job, or they become a millionaire all of a sudden, and the first thing that they do is go and get the fanciest house on the market or whatever they get pre-qualified for. They max it out. They go get a fancy car, a Tesla, a BMW, or even just a car that they typically wouldn't have been able to afford. The reason why you want to avoid making drastic lifestyle changes, maybe moving into a luxury apartment or buying a super fancy house immediately, is that if for whatever reason that very first opportunity goes south, well, now you have all these new expenses that you may not be able to maintain. Salary jumps and bumps are amazing, but sometimes with that very first one, you don't want to go all out just yet, because if you were to lose your job, so maybe let's say you got laid off, or maybe you're an entrepreneur and you just hit your first six-figure year, you're not 100% sure what that next year is going to look like. This is something that has really helped me. So when I started earning the type of money that I wanted to make, when I started to become a high income earner, I did not make any drastic lifestyle changes. So I did purchase a new car, but I still made sure that it was less than 20% of my take-home pay. Also made sure that I could afford to pay more money on the note so that I would be able to pay my car off quicker. This has allowed me to pay my last car off 2 years early, and I'm on track to pay off my current car 3 years early. In terms of my living expenses, the more money I made, I still kept my same place because it's less than 30% of my take-home pay. Typically, when it comes to transportation, you don't want to spend more than 20% of your total take-home pay, and with your living expenses, as far as rent or your mortgage, it's not supposed to exceed more than 30%. Some people, as soon as they get that very first six-figure job or they have a really high earning year, they will go and get something that is double what they're currently paying. And then if their income all of a sudden drops for whatever reason, now they are in way over their head and they cannot afford to maintain it. Case in point, do not start to have all these frivolous upgrades just because you start earning more money. Wait until you have had several consecutive years of earning that new income before you go jumping into something new so that you don't end up over your head. Number 2 on this list is to decrease your debt as you start to earn more. Now, I am really big on this. I am on track to become 100% consumer debt free within the next couple of years. And a big reason that I have been able to achieve that is by putting more money towards my debt the more money I make. Now, I know that that sounds backwards, and I do have money that's going into investments as well, but paying off my debt is a really big part because the more I pay off, the more I get to keep. So right now, again, like I said, I'm in the process of paying my car off, and right now I pay what my current amount is due. I pay my current amount that's due every month, plus an additional car payment with the extra money that I bring in from my side business. And I also pay way more than what the minimum balance is on my credit cards. As you make more, put more towards your debt so that you can keep more of the money that you're bringing in. By not making any luxury upgrades, you're able to keep your fixed monthly costs the exact same while being able to put more money towards your debt. So maybe if you have student loans or you have credit cards, you're making more money, start doubling up on those payments, start doubling up on that car note, start shoveling an extra couple $100 towards any debt that you have so that you can get rid of it sooner so that you can start to enjoy more of your paycheck. Number 3 on this list is to save and invest bonuses and raises. So with me, with the raises and the bonuses that I have received, I pretty much acted like I didn't receive them at all. I acted like the money wasn't even there. I received it and I dumped it right into my 401k, or I put it right into my high yield savings account, or I dropped it into my savings account. I pretended like I never even received it at all. And that's not to say that you have to do the exact same thing. Maybe you spend half of it to treat yourself to a luxury vacation or a trip, or buy a Louis Vuitton bag or whatever. Spoil yourself, sure, but do not blow or spend the entire thing, because you can do something better with that to make sure that it earns more in the long run. So instead of, again, blowing an entire $5,000 bonus, maybe put half of that bonus in your 401k, in an IRA, in stock or whatever, and then spend the other half. If all your bills are current and all of your accounts are in good standing, pretend as if you never received it, as if you never got it. Or you can take that as an opportunity to get ahead of your accounts if you are behind. But please make sure that you use and spend and allocate your bonuses and your raises wisely. Number 4 on this list, and it's a little bit of a piggyback off of number 1, is to keep all of your monthly expenses the same if you can, or close to it. So again, when I started really earning 6 figures, like knee deep into 6 figures, I didn't go and get a luxury place. I didn't go and get a super fancy house. I can afford to, but I didn't, because I wanted to make sure that I was prioritizing paying off my debt, and that I was prioritizing putting more money into savings and investments before I started making any type of crazy upgrades or increasing my monthly living expenses. And what I mean by that is by keeping your rent the same if you are able to. So I know rent can go up every year if you're not in a rent controlled apartment. Mortgages pretty much stay the same, but I know homeowners insurance can fluctuate or go up and down. If you find that you are experiencing any type of increases in your monthly spending, see if there are any changes or negotiations that you can make to either bring them down or keep them the same. So something that I recently just did was renegotiated my cable and internet bill, my phone bill, and I got rid of some subscriptions because some of them were going up on the price per month and a couple of my bills had increased. I ended up lowering my car insurance. So anytime that I see an increase, I am like, hold up, wait a second. No, I'm not paying that. How do we get this down? How do we keep this the same? What do I need to, get rid of or finagle, or what are some opportunities that I can take advantage of so that my bill does not go up? Doing this alone saves me over $1,000 every single year. And if you find that you are constantly adding new things to your budget, also on the flip side, see if there are some things that you can get rid of so that you're not constantly just adding, but you're not subtracting, which means that more money of your check is going out of the door versus that you're able to keep. Next on this list is to always, if you can, have an additional income stream. Now, I started my business almost 10, 12 years ago, fresh out of college is when I started my resume writing business. And that was mostly because I realized with my very first 9-to-5 job that, yeah, it covered all of my bills, but I wasn't able to do anything else. I wasn't able to travel. Shopping was kind of limited. I had my student loan payments that kicked in, and we all know what a chunk that can take out of your paycheck. So to keep yourself ahead of the curve and to bring extra money in, maybe for savings or for shopping or for traveling or just for discretionary income in general, try to have an additional income stream. This can mean starting a side hustle, starting a side business, doing freelance work or contract work on the side outside of your full-time job, or sometimes even just picking up a second job on the weekends for whatever your goals may be. Now, I know plenty of people who will take up a second job just so that they can bulk up their savings or pay off some debt, but sometimes you can take a second job just for the heck of it to have extra money coming in so that you can cover yourself a little bit more. So you can have a little bit extra to do whatever you want with. And you don't necessarily have to work this job every single weekend. Maybe you do 2 weekends a month or 1 weekend a month or whatever. But that extra $500 or $1,000 or $1,200 is going to help you do X or ABC or whatever the goals are. Having extra income streams, I cannot stress enough, is a number one way to keep yourself financially stable and make sure that you are able to keep all of your accounts current, in good standing, and be able to have a fully stocked emergency savings fund. And last on this list is to constantly, like all the time, consistently, make sure that you are analyzing your budget at all times. So in a vlog that I shared to my channel last month where I kind of showed my New Year planning vlog, I showed you all and shared with you guys my financial planning spreadsheet that I keep track of every single month or every single day rather, to track my spending, track my budget, make sure that I know exactly what I'm paying, when it's coming out of my account, how much I'm spending across the board. So on groceries, on gas and transportation, eating out, entertainment, and subscriptions, like anything and everything that's coming out of my check, I track it in that spreadsheet. That lets me know anytime something goes up or anytime there's a drastic change or an increase, I need to make some changes. By tracking your spending, you can do the same. So you can monitor when things increase. For example, at the end of last year, a couple of people went up on their pricing. So I had my health club membership increase, my Netflix bill increased, my cable bill went up like $30. And I was like, wait a second. All of a sudden, there's an extra $175 and some change coming out of my check. We need to fix that. And that is how I was able to call into all of my accounts and say, hey, my bill is too high. I need to get this down. What do I need to do? Are there any, long-term customer offers I can take advantage of? Are there any new promotions going on that I could take advantage of? Right? So constantly monitoring your budget and staying in tune with what you're spending is the best way to make sure that you are not spending more constantly or you're not experiencing increases constantly. And if you are, you need to find a way to either decrease those costs or figure out what you need to do to accommodate those costs. So that's it. Those are some 6 easy ways that you can avoid lifestyle creep. And I really hope that you found this video helpful. Again, I'm somebody that's really big on making sure that I am financially stable and that I am financially sound. As a household of one, I depend on me, rely on me. So with the money that I have coming in, I need to make sure that all of my I's are dotted and all of my T's are crossed so that everything that I have can stay in good standing and I can maintain the lifestyle that I live. Now, I just recently started earning 6 figures a couple of years ago, and I'm really grateful that my income has continued to increase since then over the past couple of years. But just because I'm making more money doesn't necessarily mean that I want to spend more money, if you know what I mean. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit the like button down below. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If there are any tips in regards to avoiding lifestyle creep that I did not cover in this video, go ahead and drop your questions down in the comment box down below. I'd be more than happy to answer them. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can join my growing community and continue to stay in tune with helpful content and uploads such as this. Thank you again so much for watching, and cheers to keeping more of our money, not spending more of it in 2024 and beyond, y'all. Bye.